Hello, I'm the Clown. Some of you may know me as Black Mario as well, and today I'm going to show you how to mod a custom aircraft into Tiny Combat Arena. Some general advice beforehand. If you have custom weapons and whatnot, I would recommend you put those in a separate file, and I'd also recommend to back up your game files, just in case if anything goes wrong, it won't affect anything that you already have, or it won't affect anything in the future. Other than that, to begin, you want to open Steam, find your Tiny Combat Arena. Right click on it, open its properties, then you want to go to local files, click browse, and once the file explorer opens, you can close out the little Steam menu. Next, when you have the file explorer open, you go into arena data, streaming assets, and data. And this is the main screen for modding everything in the game. Then what you want to do is you want to download your custom aircraft. Mostly you'll find them in Discord, but you can find them in other places. Today I'll be using the MiG-27. You can find this in the description below, in the Micropose Discord server, in the Tiny Combat Arena modding section, or in the TCA modding server in the aircraft section. I'll leave a link to both of these servers in the description as well. Once you download your mod of choice, or your aircraft of choice, you open your downloads, open the file for it. Sometimes it will be just a standalone file, and then what you would want to do next is you want to open aircraft 2, go back to the custom file or files, find the actual aircraft itself. You can always tell that it's an aircraft if you open the file and you see things like this: the name, the display name, the model path, the animator path, things like that. And this will let you know that it's the aircraft itself. What you do then is you either drag and drop it into the aircraft 2 section of the TCA files or copy and paste. I would always recommend to copy and paste it, just in case if you mess up something and you need a backup. It's always nice to be secure. After you get the aircraft into the game, you go back to your data, find the loadouts, get your aircraft loadout, and copy and paste, drag and drop in there. And then for the loadouts, you also need a weapon, so you go below it, open stores. Now for the stores, there is two main kinds of weapons, bombs and missiles. For the MiG-27, there is two kinds of bombs, the Fab 250 and the Cab 250. If you're confused on what's a bomb and what's a missile, normally you can open a weapon and see that it has a little description, low drag bomb. Or if I go over here to the KH-25, it says that it is a laser guided air to ground missile. Things like that. So then you copy and paste or drag and drop the Cab 250 and the Fab 250 in there. And if you go into the missiles, you can drag and drop the KH-25 MPT and the KH-25. Also, the S-8 Comb. Uh, General advice, while all rockets are considered missiles as well, as they use the same systems to function properly. After you have all of the weapons in the game, you can go back to your data, and the final part of at least the MiG-27 is the custom gun. Not all aircraft will have custom guns, loadouts, and weapons, but this one does. First, you want to go into weapons, then into bullets, and leave it on that screen. Then you want to go back into the modded files, find the bullet for the gun right here, the GSH-60 bullet. You want to copy everything, then close out of the little notepad. Then you want to go into the aircraft at the top. Scroll down a bit until you find this right here, a brace followed by a comma. That signifies the end of a section. Then what you want to do is you want to hit enter and paste, and you want to make sure that the braces are lined up with each other at the top and the bottom to make sure that everything will function properly. One thing to note is if you put it at the bottom like this, to make sure to delete the little comma after the brace if you decide to do it like that, just so it reads it properly and doesn't try to continue to add on things. After you paste in the bullet, you can close it. Normally you would save it, but since I already have mine in, I'll just click don't save. Then after you have the bullet in, go back to weapons and open guns. Go into aircraft, and you do a very similar thing with the guns as well. Open the gun file, copy everything, close it, go back into the aircraft guns. One thing to note is that there's a lot more ending to things, so look for the bracket that starts with the name. For example, right here, GSH30. Hit enter and paste, like this. and make sure that everything's lined up at the end. If you see things that are or brackets like this, that's because they're separate subsets of the weapons, and you don't need to worry about them too much. Just make sure that you paste it in the right spot. Then close and save. After you have that done, it should be good to fly in free flight missions, such as dogfight or strike missions. Once you put in the cheat code to fly AI aircraft into the main menu. One thing I will say, if you want to fly it in other missions like the actual campaign or things like that, I'll teach you how to do that for all aircraft. So, what you want to do is you want to go back to the little data screen and you want to find the arena section, open that, open campaign test, and these are all of the actual campaign missions. So you can choose any one of them, and then you'll find, or rather, look until you find the playable aircraft. It should be closer to the top. Then you want to find where it says Aviate B. You want to select it, copy it, and then put a little comma after the quotations. Then you want to hit enter and paste what you copied. After you do that, you want to delete everything on the inside and you put in the name for whatever aircraft you want. You can find the name for the aircraft if you go into the aircraft2 file and open any of them. For example, if we open the MiG here, you can see the name and the display name. You want the regular name, MiG-27K. Some other examples are for the F4, you can put F4E or the F5, F5E. But today we're going to use the MiG because it's our custom aircraft, and you put MiG-27K, then you close and you save it. And you repeat that for the rest of the missions. For example, CTU01, you would just copy and paste what you just typed into there, or just do the same steps over and over again. Oh, and one more thing I almost forgot about. When you do that, make sure that you change the player loadout from light attack to strike, just because it's something that both aircraft have, and I'm pretty sure it will give you an error if you don't do that. So make sure to remember to do that as well. I almost forgot about it. After you do that, you should be able to be free to use anything in the campaign as well. One final thing that specifically this file includes is database entries. If I open them real quick, over here you can see aircraft, bombs, missiles, and rockets. The way that you put these into the game, you open the database, and for example, AGMs, you find the ones for the missiles. At the moment, all of these are AGMs. Just some general advice, these aren't formatted properly because I forgot to do it. I'll update these in a minute. But the way that you would do it is you put a comma in between these two, and it's best advised to not copy from the brackets due to that messing things up, but you would copy everything here, Control C, close it out, save it. Get whatever. Don't save. Then you would open AGMs, and normally it would look something like this for you. What you would want to do is you would put a comma after AGM65, hit enter and paste, and make sure that the braces are lined up. Sometimes they won't be. And it should look like this. Note, if you do see a comma right here at the end of this brace, just delete it and make sure that everything's fine. Then you can hit save and close that file. What is it? You do the same for the aircraft file and the bombs file. If you open your aircraft database entry, copy it, close it, go into your aircraft section, uh, find a spot where it ends, hit enter and paste, yada yada. After you have that done, once you paste the database entry for aircraft as well, something a little funny of note, then you'll be able to spawn them in as AI aircraft to fight in dogfight modes or to fight them in strike if you wish. Then lastly, the only thing that is slightly different than the other few are the rocket database entries. Since they aren't currently in the game, all you have to do is copy and paste or drag and drop like you did with the missiles and bombs and whatnot. And you just copy and paste it into the database file here, and it will appear up in game. Other than that, that should be all. If you have any questions, concerns, or you want to see anything else, let me know in Discord. Some aircraft might also come with custom skins. If I'll leave a tutorial in the description to a video explaining how to properly use them. It may look a little daunting at first, but trust me, it's not that hard. On that, I hope you have a nice day and enjoy your new aircraft. Thank you.